Advocate Fadzayi Mahere calls for a probe into Mangwana over judge's criminal remarks. Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are looking at a developing debate in Zimbabwe's political space involving Fadzayi Mahere and government spokesperson Mangwana. The issue centers around a comment made about judiciary and whether those remarks close to a legal or ethical line. As always, the discussion is for information and analytical purpose, and we aim to present it in a balanced and respectful way. Muri Zimbabwe kusangana kwataita pano pakaba news patinobata news dzinenge dzichiitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. Zuva ranhasi tauya nemashoko aita kuti advocate Fadzayi Mahere vauya vachikomenda panhau yemashoko akataurwa Mangwana anova ari mashoko avakataura kutwitter page kwavo avainongedza vanhu vemutemo majajesi kuti anenge ari kuitawo zvinhu hazvisiri pamutemo, achiti majajesi vapari vemhosva. Zvinova zvaita kuti advocate Fadzayi Mahere vati pari kuda kunyatsojekeswa ipapo mushure mekunge Mangwana vane post yavanyora vachitaura pamusoro pechitiko ivo vachiti between 1980s and 2013 I don't call a single judge being impeached. If there was any, please remind me. Yet in these last 7 years we've seen one most every year. What changed? And the recruitment process nomination have opened the door to unfit candidates who asked interviews but failed on the bench. We need reforms. #3 vakabvunzwa vakati it is the results of a polarized process. The constitution did not fail. Those in power did stop a blame system, start fixing leadership. Dopa zo reply Mangwana vachiti, aren't you nominated criminals for judges? Let the president do it. The system worked. Let's go back to it. So Mangwana vanongedza vachiti majaji akaappoindwa vapari vemhosva zvarambwa naadvocate Fadzayi Mahere. The latest exchange began after Mangwana made a statement suggesting that the processes of selecting judges should return to a system where the president plays a more directed role. In his remarks, he appeared to amplify concern about the country's current system, which involve public interviews for judicial candidates. However, this statement quickly drew criticism from Fadzayi Mahere, a lawyer and a political figure who responded strongly. Mahere questioned the basis of Mangwana's remarks, particularly focused on the implication that judges could be described as criminals. In her response, Mahere raised several key points. First, she challenged Mangwana to prove evidence for such a serious claim, accusing members of the judicial of criminal conduct is not a minor issue. It has legal, ethical, and institutional implications. Second, Mahere highlighted that labeling judges as criminal could amount to contempt of court under Zimbabwe's law. Contempt of court is considered as a serious offense because it undermines the authority and the integrity of the judicial system. She went further by calling on the Zimbabwe Republic Police to investigate the matter, as suggesting that public officials should be held accountable for statements that may undermine public institutions. Another important issue raised in the debate is the role of the president. Emerson Mnangagwa is appointing judges. Mahere questioned whether Mangwana remarks indirect criticized the president's own appointment, since judges are formally appointed under his authority. The exchange has sparked wider discussions across the Zimbabwe. On one side, some that reforming judicial appointment system is a valid policy discussions. On the other, critics say that language used in such debate must be carefully respected and grounded in evidence, especially when it is concerned institutions like the judiciary. At the heart of these issues is a broader principle: public trust in the judicial plays a critical role in any democracy. When public officials speak about the judicial, their words can influence how citizens perceive fairness, justice, and the rule of law. Political analysts noted that debates like these are not new. Questions about how judges are appointed, whether through interviews, commissions, or executive authorities, have discussed in many countries. What matters most is ensuring transparency, accountability, and independence. This issue also highlights the growing influence of media in a political communication. A statement made online can quickly spark national debate, drawing response from a legal expectation, political, and the public. It is important to recognize that both sides raise issues worth examining. Calling for institutional reforms are part of a democratic discourse. At the same time, a safeguarding respect for the judiciary is essential for maintaining stability and public confidence. The key question remains: how can leaders engage in a robust debate without undermining critical national institutions? As this story continues to unfold, all eyes will be on whether any formal action is taken and how leaders across the political spectrum respond moving forward. What do you think? Should there be a stricter accountability for statement about judicial, or is this simple part of opening political debate? Let know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our video on our channel page, Magaba News. But no bata na udza tinenge tawya nadzo. So murikuti chine mashoko ataurwa na advocate Fadzayi Mahere vachiti ivo mu mashoko ataurwa nani Mangwana vachiti majudges tofana kudzokera zvaitika munguva yekuma 90s and 2013 pa 7 years idzi tiri kuti ivo vari kuti ivo vari kuda kudzorera pakusarudzwa kwaitwa majudges. So vazokomenda vachireply comment yavanga vabvunzwa vakati ivo handi majudges amakaisa aya vapari vemhosva, zvaita kuti Fadzayi Mahere ati Mangwana mashoko ake anofanira kuinvestigatwa sezvo apa ari kukriticize majaji, ari kukriticize vamunangagwa, sezvo vamunangagwa ndivo vanoappointa majudges, vanoappointa judiciary yese. So muri weZimbabwe ndodzo dzimwe nhau dzatauya takabata tokutendai nekutsigira Magaba News.